Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to learn the chapter Adjective. Okay. The objective of this video is to understand what is an adjective. This piece of knowledge is donated by Mrs. Tilottama Chaudhuri and designed and developed by KATSEON knowledge team. Knowledge as the sixth element of nature. For more such videos, continue visiting KATSEON.org. Let's start. Okay. Let us learn what is an adjective. An adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun. It's a definition. Okay, don't get scared by. Let's not by heart it, but really understand it. Let's see an example to do that. Let's look at this example. Ramu is a fat boy. Okay, so the definition was that an adjective is a word that describes more about a noun or a pronoun. Hence, every time we want to really know about what is really an adjective in a particular sentence, we should identify the noun or pronoun in the sentence, and then the word that tells us more about the noun or pronoun in adjective. Okay. In this sentence, Ramu is a proper noun. This is also a revision of the concepts that we learned in noun chapter. So, proper noun is basically a name of a particular person, place, animal or thing, whereas common noun is a name of a generalized person, place, animal or thing. Okay, so when we talk about in generalized term, it's a common noun. When we are pointing to a particular, very particular about a person, place, animal or thing, then it's a proper noun. So Ramu is a particular person, so that's a proper noun. Whereas boy, the word boy is when we are talking about boy or girl, man or woman, so they are all we are talking about common or generalized things, so that's a common noun. Hence, the important thing here is to understand that which word tells us more about the noun. In this case, which word tells us more about what kind of a boy is Ramu. That word is fat, right? So it really gives us an impression that Ramu is a fat boy. So we have this figure in mind that the word that tells us more about Ramu is that he's a fat boy, and then if I tell you this, then you'll have some picture in your mind that okay, Ramu is a real fat kind of a guy. So the word fat here is the one that tells us more about the noun, hence that is the adjective. Let's look at a second example. I have a red cap. Okay. Once again, identify the noun or pronoun in the sentence, the word that tells more about noun or pronoun is adjective. I have mentioned this in all these slides because this is the essence of this video. Identify the noun or pronoun and then think about what tells us more about that noun or pronoun, and that becomes the adjective. So I have a red cap. The word red here is the adjective because the word I is a pronoun. You all know that. The word cap is a common noun. You're talking about generalized cap, any cap on this earth. So the word red, which tells us what kind of cap do I have, is the adjective. So I have a red cap, then the word red becomes an adjective. Now we will look at some of the adjectives that we use every day in real life, and I will not tell you immediately what the adjective is, but we'll give you say 3 to 5 seconds to think about it. Then the same procedure, identify the noun or the pronoun, and what tells us more about the noun or the pronoun, and then I'll tell you about the answer, that which word is actually the adjective here. So Sita is a clever girl. Think about it. I'll give you 3 seconds. Think about it. First, you think about which words are here, a noun or the pronoun. Okay. So let's say 3 seconds for you guys. So 1 sec, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So let's continue with the discussion. So identify the noun or pronoun in the sentence. The word that tells us more about noun or pronoun is adjective. So we'll first identify the noun or pronoun. Sita, it's a proper noun. Girl, that's a common noun. So Sita is a clever girl. Which word tells us really more about what kind of a girl is Sita? Okay, if you were to ask yourself which word tells us more about what kind of a girl is Sita, then the answer would be the word clever. Hence, is the word clever that tells us more about what kind of a girl is Sita. Thus, Sita is a clever girl. In this sentence, the word clever is the adjective. We use this in everyday life. So we say Sam is a clever boy, Sita is a clever girl. So when we say somebody is intelligent, so that's what clever is. And this word clever, which tells us more about the noun here, that what kind of a girl is Sita, becomes the adjective. Let's do the second example. Viru's mother has a pink sari. The procedure is the same. Identify the noun or the pronoun in the sentence. The word that tells more about noun or pronoun is adjective. I'm just repeating it again and again every slide, that you'll have to identify the noun or pronoun, and when you identified that, you'll have to just think about which word here tells us more about that, and that will answer what is the adjective in the sentence. Let's do this now. Viru is a proper noun, because he's a particular person, he's a particular boy, Viru. Mother is a common noun, because when we talk about mother, we talk about all mothers on this earth. Sari is also a common noun, unless we're referring to a particular sari, then it's a common noun. Hence, the word that really tells us what kind of sari does Viru's mother have is the word pink. So, Viru's mother has a pink sari. The word pink here is the adjective. It tells us more about the kind of sari that Viru's mother has. Okay. Next example. Grandfather is an old man. I have a grandfather, he's a very old man. I'm quite sure no, all our grandfathers are pretty old man. So grandfather is an old man. Okay, so we could have even identified as a noun here, added a noun here. So Ramesh's grandfather is an old man. His grandfather is an old man. Point is same. Identify the noun or pronoun in the sentence. The word that tells more about noun or pronoun is adjective. Okay, I think by now you have figured out what is the adjective here. Let me just revise it again. The word grandfather is a common noun. The word man is also a common noun. Hence, the word old is the adjective, which tells us more about what kind of a man is. His grandfather is a old man. You know. Fourth example. Mumbai is a big city. Mumbai is a city in India, and it indeed is a big city. So again, the question is to identify the adjective in this sentence, and you can easily say that the noun or pronoun, which words here is the noun or the pronoun, and then you think that what tells us more about that noun or pronoun, that becomes an adjective. So just again and again we are doing the same thing to really reinforce it and be sure about what an adjective is. The word Mumbai is a proper noun. We all know it's a particular city, and the word city is a common noun, because then we are talking about any generalized city. Hence, the word big, which talks about a particular city, which talks about what kind of a city is Mumbai, so that becomes an adjective. So Mumbai is a big city. We could have said that something like New York is a big city, or New Orleans is a small city, something like that. So it can be a big city, it can be a small city, but the word big or small here is then the adjective. Okay, the last one, last example. Lieutenant Manoj Kumar Pandey was a brave soldier. Again, the same thing. Identify the noun or pronoun, and then really think about which word tells us more about that. And I'm quite sure by now you already have cracked it, because we have already looked at quite a few examples. Think about it. Meanwhile, I'll tell you a little more about this great man. He won the Paramveer Chakra, which is the highest gallantry award given to any person serving in the Indian Armed Forces. He got the Paramveer Chakra for 11 Gurkha Rifles in the Kargil War. So he's a great man. He was a brave soldier. Now let's see which word is really a adjective here. So this whole thing, Manoj Kumar Pandey, this is this man's name. Okay, so this great man's name, he's no more. So the word soldier is a common noun, because that's a common word. You can talk about a number of soldiers, so that's a general word. Hence the word brave is the adjective, because that really tells us that this person was what kind of a soldier was he? He was a brave soldier. Okay, so he fought really well. So the word brave is an adjective. So I think by now we all have really understood it well, that any word that tells us more about the noun or pronoun is the adjective. While looking at a sentence, we use adjectives in everyday life. Whenever we are talking about a particular noun or a pronoun, the words that we use to tell more about that noun or describe more about that noun or pronoun is the adjective. That completes our lesson or our chapter on adjective, with the objective to understand what is an adjective. This piece of knowledge was donated by Mrs. Tilottama Chaudhuri, and for more such videos continue visiting KATSEON.org. Thank you.